Hey guys, Matt Henderson here, and today's video is going to be Obscure Buzz Lightyears Part 2. I know a lot of you guys have been requesting this video, and it's finally here. So I'm going to start off with some corrections as well as update information from the last video. So first off, in the last video I mentioned a Chrome Disney Store Buzz. Well, it wasn't exactly Chrome, but you guys know what I mean. So this Buzz, there's actually two different versions of this Buzz, and I actually thought this was the case in the last video, but I didn't have any evidence. Well, since that video got released, we actually found pictures of the other version in the box. So one of these was a Japanese exclusive, the one with the rocket ship kind of box, and then the other one I think was from Disney Parks, but I'm not 100% positive. But either way, there are two different versions. The Japanese version, I think, is a slightly darker green, and the head's a bit different. You can tell if you look at the pictures. I'll have them on the screen, of course. And along with that, this is kind of related to this. I also said that the Christmas Buzz, it was a Thinkway Buzz. It's actually a Disney Store Buzz. So yeah, sorry about that. And also, we actually found pictures of the blue clear room guard Buzz. I actually showed this in my review of the all-clear version, but I'll show them here in case you didn't watch that video. We found 4 pictures of it so far. If you guys have more pictures, let me know. Anyway, so yeah, we found more pictures. We still haven't found the version with the chrome on it, although we do know someone who might have it, so we might get pictures of that, but as of now, we don't have any. Alright guys, so on to the actual obscure Buzz Lightyears. So first up is a variant that I think is pretty interesting. So this is the Astro Commander Buzz. So yeah, pretty much this Buzz is basically just a Japanese recolor of the robot Buzz that Disney Store made. There are actually 2 different versions of this, and I didn't even know about this until recently. So one of them is gold, and then one of them silver. It's kind of hard to tell, but if you look at these 2 photos back to back, you can tell one of them is more gold than the other one. Alright, next Buzz is I believe this is the original Disney Store Buzz. I'm not 100% sure. We think it came out in 1999. It definitely came out by the time Toy Story and Beyond rolled around, but I'm not sure when this first came out. Although some people think it did come out in 99. Anyway, this is basically Disney Store's equivalent of Thinkway's original Buzz. It's basically the same, except it has Disney Store phrases and they're a laser. But yeah, it's very similar. It's pretty interesting. I'll show you a few of the different box variations I found. None of them say Toy Story 2, so like I said, I'm not sure exactly when this came out. But it definitely came out by the time Toy Story and Beyond came out. Here's another similar Buzz to the last one. This is the Buzz Lightyear of Star Command Buzz Lightyear. It's the one that has the moving mouth. This is a pretty interesting Buzz. It's kind of similar to the last one, actually, but it has a completely different head sculpt. And I think this is probably the worst head sculpt of all time. Like, I don't think this is a bad Buzz, but the head sculpt is really bad. But it kind of makes sense. Basically, the gimmick of this Buzz, whenever he speaks, his mouth opens and closes, which is kind of interesting, but it's kind of creepy too, so I don't know. But yeah, it's a pretty neat Buzz. What's kind of neat about this one as well is this one was released all the way up until 2013. I'm not sure when it first came out. I assume it came out around the time Buzz Lightyear Star Command came out. So that means this thing survived for a long time, so it's kind of interesting. Speaking of surviving for a long time, the next Buzzes I'm going to show you are pretty interesting. So, in the last video, or the last Obscure Buzz video, I mentioned the blue Buzz that came in the twin pack with the Woody. Well, they actually made another version of that twin pack, but it came with just the regular version of Buzz with his regular color scheme. So yeah, what makes this pack special to me is there are some really interesting variations that raise some questions. So The first one is there's one that's branded as Toy Story 3. Yeah, so there's this classic Buzz design, but it's in a Toy Story 3 box, and the same with the Woody. They're both the older designs, so it's really bizarre. And then there's also another one that's not branded as Toy Story 3, but it has the newer Woody in it, but the old Buzz. That's even more weird. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. And I think these are actually kind of rare too, so that's interesting. Alright, so here's another one that I think is kind of neat. In the early 2010s, Disney Store made a 2-pack with Buzz and Zurg. Now these two versions were a downgrade of the regular versions. They stripped out some of the lights, for example, like Zurg doesn't light up at all now, for example. But what's weird is that there's a variant where it has a Buzz that has some kind of weird colors. Like his suit is more of a gray color, and he has kind of like a, maybe not metallic, it's kind of a shiny green color. It's kind of interesting. Alright guys, so let's move on to the Thinkway Buzzes. So first up we have another Buzz Lightyear Star Command Buzz. Now there's a version that has pretty much it's just the same as the 95 Buzz, or it's I guess a later version. But there's also a version that has basically brighter colors, like they're more movie accurate. I think this version's really neat because it's really weird to see the original Buzz Lightyear with this color scheme. But nonetheless, this exists, and it's really neat. I'd love to get this one because it's really cool. Alright, so next up we have some more modern Thinkway Buzzes. First up we have, basically is a talking Buzz, but he doesn't have a laser. Yes, Thinkway cheapened out back in Toy Story 3. But thankfully this Buzz seems to be kind of rare. In fact, all of these upcoming ones seem to be pretty rare. There's also one that talks and has wings, but still doesn't have a laser. So yeah, they basically, yeah, it kind of alludes to what they were doing with Toy Story 4, but like I said, these are pretty hard to find, it seems. Thinkway also made a Buzz that speaks both Spanish and English. It's pretty neat. And there's also one that just strictly speaks Spanish, so there's that. Alright, so next two are kind of similar. The first one is, so I think you guys are probably familiar with the Interstellar Buzz, the all clear version that was sold in Disney stores back then. Well, there's actually a variation that I have never talked about before. There's a version that actually has a moving head, and that version was actually sold in Disney parks. So if you hear this being called the Disney Parks Interstellar Buzz, you'll know why. It has a movable head. As far as I know, that's the only difference. So if you have the Interstellar Buzz with a movable head, then you have the Disney Parks version. I have the Disney Store version. Mine doesn't move. And then along with that, there's also a variant of the Stars and Stripes Buzz. There's a variant with a smaller head. I think this one came a little bit later on because it seems that Thinkway started doing the smaller heads in like 2003. And Stars and Stripes Buzz came out in 2002, so I think this was just a later version of it. These seem to be a bit more rare than the large head versions. There's not really much of a difference otherwise, though. So it really doesn't matter which one you have. Alright, so I was saving the most insane Buzz for last. This Buzz is so bizarre. Out of all Buzzes in this video, this is probably the most bizarre one. This next one is by a company that I don't even think some of you guys know exist. It's called Takara Tomy. They're a Japanese manufacturer. They've made a few Buzzes in the past, but they've made nothing like this before. The final Buzz in this video is going to be the Fight Space Laser Buzz. This is a really bizarre Buzz. It basically combines a lot of different aspects from various Buzzes. Basically, it has a gun, a utility belt, and a wrist communicator. So yeah, this is a bizarre Buzz. I actually found this on YouTube. Takara Tomy actually uploaded a commercial of this Buzz. I'm going to link it in the description. It's really interesting. So yeah, this is a bizarre Buzz. I really don't know much about it other than that. If you guys have more information about this one, let me know, because it's a very obscure Buzz. And since it's a Japanese buzz, there's not much information that I can understand about it. So if you guys have information, let me know. So yeah, guys, let me know what your favorite buzz was in this video. I don't know if I'll ever make a part 3. If I do, it probably won't be as long as parts 1 and 2. But there probably are still a few more I've not talked about, but we'll see. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. More videos are coming, and bye.